Have you ever stopped to wonder how much power you hold in a single moment? Most people think change happens in grand, dramatic ways, a big breakthrough, a life-altering decision. But in truth, the greatest shifts often come from the smallest interactions. A kind word, a simple gesture, a moment of presence. I once met a man who traveled to our monastery, weary and burdened by life. He had come not for enlightenment, but for escape. He sat by the temple steps, staring at the ground. I offered him tea, not asking any questions, not pressing for words, just tea and silence. He looked up at me after a long pause and said, "No one has looked at me like a human being in years." One cup of tea, one moment of presence, that's all it took. He returned a year later, transformed, not because of any grand teaching, but because he had been seen, truly seen, for the first time in a long time. We live in a world where everyone is rushing, rushing to work, rushing to succeed, rushing to be somewhere else. But when was the last time you stopped? Not just for yourself, but for someone else? The greatest wisdom I have learned is this: the smallest act of care can shift the course of a person's life. You don't have to be rich to give. You don't have to be powerful to impact others. A smile, a listening ear, a moment of patience in a world that is always impatient. These are the things that can turn despair into hope. Many years ago, when I first arrived at the monastery, I was given the task of sweeping the courtyard. At first, I did it carelessly, thinking, why does this matter? There are bigger things to learn. But an elder monk stopped me and said, "Sweep as if you are clearing the burdens of another. Sweep with the care you wish someone had given you when you were lost." Maybe it's the barista who looks tired but still smiles. Maybe it's the friend who hasn't spoken much lately. Maybe it's the stranger sitting alone on a bench, lost in thought. Give them a moment, a nod, a kind word, a small gesture of presence. You may never see the result. You may never know what that moment meant to them. But that is not why we do it. We do it because we understand. One moment can change everything. And so, my friend, as you step out into the world today, ask yourself, who can I be present for? Where can I bring kindness? How can I make my existence a gift to others? Because in the end, the measure of our life is not in what we have gathered, but in what we have given away.